We'll let it warm a little bit. We'll let it marinate just in the Thanksgiving season, the spirit of the holiday. Let our friends join us. But we're not walking and talking from Zach's undisclosed location because Zach is out of town. He's getting ready for his Thanksgiving because we all should be getting ready for Thanksgiving. But first, we have a date inside of that building, Rupp Arena, for the return of John Pelphrey. My friend Adam Stratton joins us for this edition of the Walk and Talk, brought to you by our favorite game day spot, Parlor Pizza. Folks, I've never been more excited for a sponsor in my entire life because I love Parlor, and it's going to be an absolute joy to have you on this very special edition, Adam Stratton. How are you?
Doing great. Appreciate that. As you can tell, I'm definitely not Zach Yagan, but just filling in here on this chilly Thanksgiving Eve.
We actually should have just pretended like you were Zach, not said a single word about it. I think they would have loved it. Anyway.
Excited to be here. It's bound to be an unforgettable night, I feel like, here inside the bowels of Rupp Arena. Very excited to be here and just see that the Cats just have one more tune-up game, I guess you could call it, before we try to play another team with the pulse, as Jack likes to say.
Indeed. It's a tricky spot, folks. Like, I get it. I totally understand that it's hard to get into a game where you're a 38.5-point favorite, literally one of the biggest spreads that we've ever seen. This team is not good. Well, truly one of the worst in KenPom, the second worst in KenPom on the entire Kentucky basketball schedule this year, second only to NC Central, I believe. Is that
That sounds right. Right.
So we know what we're signing up for here. Like, this is a name your score game. In fact, I think the last time I called it a name your score game was before St. Peter's. So I probably shouldn't use that verbiage, but you get what I'm saying. They are horrific offensively. They turn the ball over on a quarter of their possessions. So this game, Adam, in my opinion, is entirely about Kentucky taking care of its own business and getting themselves ready for a really, really, really difficult week next week. How are you kind of going into tonight's game, knowing that there's not a whole lot on the line tonight necessarily, but there's a lot on the line for what it means for next week?
Yeah, no, it definitely has the vibe of like kind of I'm just thinking in this Thanksgiving mode. I'm in town here with my family. I kind of get the vibe of like disappointed parents who is like kind of like proud that maybe the kid cleared his plate for Thanksgiving, but also you kind of hit grandma with the car last week. So just don't screw up. Just do the nice thing. Say thank you at the table here. Next week's when we're going to get the real test in terms of being able to like make up for what you did last week. But this week we're just trying to get through it. Say thank you, say please, say yes ma'am, no sir, do all the things you're supposed to do and just get right before the real stuff starts next week.
On the injury front, not expecting Jalen Lowe, not expecting Mo Diabate. I am, Adam, expecting the same starting lineup, Cam Williams and Malachi Moreno being there at the 4 and 5 to go with what we've seen, Denzel Aberdeen, Colin Chandler, and Otega Oweh 1 through 3. What did you like in the first run at that starting five? What did you dislike about how the rest of the rotation looked with BG coming off the bench and some of the other things that we saw in another kind of cupcake performance where we're trying to figure out what we're learning from blowout losses or blowout wins?
Yeah, well, like the rest of Big Blue Nation, I absolutely love Burrito in the starting lineup. BG brought a lot of energy coming off the bench, so we'll move your mic. I may have hit a button.
No, actually, since you're the transponder. Just keep talking.
All right, yeah. So, as I said, like the rest of all of Big Blue Nation, I was pretty excited to see Malachi Moreno in the starting lineup. Awesome kind of also to see BG coming off the bench, bringing some energy there. And also very surprisingly happy about Cam Williams coming in the starting lineup, being able to stretch the floor at the 4 spot, being able to knock down some threes. Hoping to see a lot more of that tonight. Hoping to see like some positive energy flowing from this new starting lineup, getting some momentum going into next week. I don't know if we'll see the same starting lineup from here on out, but it's good to see these guys be able to play together. It'd be great to see some consistency in just lineups in general, without a ton of subs, with a shorter rotation, with guys being out. So that's kind of that's my positive take on again multiple injuries for the Kentucky Wildcats for another season.
Yeah, I agree. I just loved it. I mean, I really liked what Cam Williams brought to the table. He was the MVP against Loyola. He was just, pissed off about not getting his 10 rebounds, which is hilarious for a 6'8" wing guard, that came in as the knockdown shooter from Tulane, getting pissed off because he didn't get enough rebounds. Like, that's exactly what you want in that small ball 4 position. So I love Cam. I think it's a great opportunity for him to, continue to build that momentum. Malachi Moreno, I think tonight, especially Tennessee Tech, there's not a single player on the roster taller than 6'8". So if Malachi doesn't get 20 and 10, I might be disappointed. Like, this is a let Malachi eat in the spirit of Thanksgiving. Let him absolutely feast on a very, very limited front court for Tennessee Tech. Is there anything else that you want to see? Otega Oweh. Is there something that would make you feel a whole heck of a lot better going into next week's games?
Yeah, that's the obvious answer. Is Otega Oweh? Just seeing him.
You keep dying, so I'll just.
Yeah, we'll share it. It's obviously the answer is Otega Oweh. Seeing him, do something a little bit more than his 12 points. Hey, I'm out here, guys. Performance. Seeing him get out there, just get aggressive, get downhill. He's made some shots, but maybe make some more, Pope-friendly shots. Make some threes, make some more driving layups, and just really take advantage of what's going to be an overwhelming matchup tonight. Just don't leave us wanting for more. Just take care of business. Let's see a blowout win, but a blowout win that makes us feel good going into next week.
So with Otega, we talked to him after that Loyola game. He talked about how the spacing with Cam on the floor next to him, it's just super clunky with Mo, and I don't quite know if they know how to play together, and I don't know if it's just kind of the extended absences that we saw throughout the offseason, throughout the summer. Otega going down late summer and then missing basically all of the preseason with the fall. So is this sustainable where Otega kind of plays? I thought he played probably his best game in terms of effort and intensity. We had some Skater Boys behind us. Skater Boy said, "See you later, boy." The wise words of Avril Lavigne. But is there something to be said about the spacing kind of unlocking the best version of Otega Oweh? Because he seemed to think that was, probably the best version of himself, having Cam next to him at the 4.
Well, yeah, as much as everybody likes to see Mo shooting 3-pointers with his immaculate form, I think it probably is a step up to have Cam Williams, shooting it with a little bit more Steph Curry trained 3-point, style from the corner. I'm hoping that's exactly what happens tonight. I'm really hoping Otega Oweh just says, you know what? I realize I haven't been the best version of myself, and with Cam out there as the 4, I'm going to just take advantage of every opportunity that's going to give me. Drive to the basket, dunk on a few heads, and let's just show why you're the preseason SEC Player of the Year.
I really appreciated Andrea Jelich's transparency and honesty talking to him earlier in the week, because, they say all the right things. The players, they have to acknowledge that every game is the best game on the schedule. It's the biggest game that they've ever played. But all of us know that Loyola, it's hard to get super excited for Loyola as an opponent. Tennessee Tech, we love the storyline with John Pelphrey making his return, the Unforgettables. We love all of those things, but we also acknowledge that none of us really truly care until Kentucky beats a team with a pulse. North Carolina, Gonzaga, so on and so forth. So I appreciated Andrea Jelich, Adam, saying earlier in the week, every game is the biggest game on our schedule, yes, but we're not going to sit here and pretend that Tennessee Tech is the same as North Carolina. I just kind of wanted to hear that from a player. Maybe it's just because, he's not, super media trained, coming from Europe. He just kind of just vibes. He's just here to play ball and doesn't really care about kind of the PR side of things. He's just like, screw it, I'm just here to play. So I appreciated the transparency and the honesty of, yes, we need to take care of business on Wednesday. We're going to take care of business. We're going to, try to make a statement and build confidence going into next week. But next week is next week. Did you like kind of hearing those kind of storylines that the team acknowledges that they haven't beaten a team with a pulse yet, and that's all BBN really wants to see right now?
Yeah, no, I mean, nothing like a nice Eastern European to come at you and give you some unfiltered honesty. I think he's probably the best at that. I would also like to see, maybe Jelich actually sub in for Cam and kind of match Cam in terms of shooting the 3 ball from outside. Being that person that's going to extend the floor, keep those driving lanes open for Oweh and others and Aberdeen to kind of not drop off too much once Cam, sits on the bench inevitably 3 minutes into the game, and we see those rotations come in. So.
John Pelphrey was a Kentucky Wildcat before I was alive, so I really don't have a whole heck of a lot of thoughts on John Pelphrey, the player. I maybe John Pelphrey as an Arkansas coach beating us in 2011, and those are kind of the memories I have of him. I know the videos, I know the stats and all that, but what does John Pelphrey mean to you, Adam Stratton?
I'm really glad you asked that, actually, because my mom actually worked on John Pelphrey's braces, if that's an Eastern Kentucky factoid for you. No, I was around for the Unforgettables. Remember it fondly. Was playing basketball in my little hoop above my door when that shot happens. But no, John Pelphrey is from Eastern Kentucky. That's where I'm from originally. Holds a lot of memories there. It's going to be an unforgettable night, 100%. But John Pelphrey, I also was 8 years old then. So, it's not like I've got that many memories, but a lot of people in here are going to remember him quite fondly. And my mom did tell me to say, hi to him, because I'm sure he remembers her doing his braces when he was 16.
Yeah, I totally get it. My hand is absolutely freezing off, so we may be on the cusp of wrapping this thing up. The doors are open, so we can go inside and see officially. But before that, we got to give a quick shout out to our friends at Parlor. Again, my absolute best friends in the world. I am so thrilled that we are sponsored by them. But now is the time for our Parlor pregame predictions. Adam, I need a game MVP for you, and I need a final score. But not just name the player, but give the why. What's going to be the main talking point that we're talking about once we're wrapping up in the cold here afterward?
I know. So I'm going to just basically primarily because I'm trying to will it into existence. I would love to see Otega Oweh kind of have this be his coming out game. I don't want to see him kind of just float around for another 40 minutes. I'd love to see him actually take over, be the player we all kind of know he can and will be. And looking in terms of the score prediction, hoping to see about maybe, I don't think that Pope's going to be the kind of guy that makes this an unforgettable blowout. I want to say he respects John Pelphrey enough to make it like a 88-62 win here in Rupp tonight.
Ooh, I like that quite a bit. I am going for my Parlor Pizza pregame prediction. I'm going with a 101-51 victory. Again, this is all going to be about Kentucky. It's going to just be what they want the score to be and how they choose to execute. Does Pope decide to run the score up on a friend in John Pelphrey? I think that's something to keep an eye on. Maybe it doesn't get as ugly as maybe it possibly could be, but I think they're just too overmatched in terms of talent and length and athleticism, and it's just going to be one of those nights. I hope as much as I love John Pelphrey, I hope that he leaves very, very sad and defeated leaving this building. So 101-51, Kentucky wins, and I'm going with my game MVP. Walker Horn is my game MVP. You know why it's going to be Walker Horn? And that's because Walker's going to score his first points as a Kentucky Wildcat tonight. He's going to give me an over-under on minutes played by Walker Horn tonight. I'm saying 2.5 minutes.
I was going to set it about 3:15, but if it's 2.5, we're still up by 40. So I like that.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a big Walker Horn game. He scores his first points as a Kentucky Wildcat as my Parlor Pizza pregame player of the game, and
love Parlor Pizza, by the way. Absolutely love Parlor Pizza. The best. Get the pep and shroom. You won't go back.
Oh yeah, I hope you do go back.
Anything else is what I meant to say. Any other pizza spots? Yeah, to clarify.
Make Parlor your game day destination. From Steven's favorite, hot honey pepperoni pizza. I know Steven loves that. I love their smoked wings. I think they're absolutely tremendous. As well as an extensive craft beer selection. I've also had plenty of those there. Parlor has a menu that will please the whole family on game days. Make sure to head to their location on Harrisburg Road, just a short drive from here at Rupp Arena. Check out their full menu at eatparlor.com. For Jack Pilgrim, for Adam Stratton, we're going to walk in that door and go see Kentucky win a basketball game and hopefully enjoy a very fun and festive Thanksgiving. Thank you all for watching and listening, and see you on the other side. Go Cats.
still hot.